Hello, it's Dr. Edward here, back for one of our regular videos and blogs about topics to help you keep your beautiful pets happy and healthy. I've got Mitzi here helping me out today. He's my assistant dog. And today I want to talk about vitality. Vitality is so important. It really is the foundation and the key to having an animal who has really vibrant well-being, an animal that will have good longevity, that will have a long, active, happy, engaged life. So it's super important, and it's something that you can do a hell of a lot to maximize and to optimize for your beautiful pets. Vitality is the life force in your animal's body. Now, let me just pull up the definition. So let's talk about some definitions. Some dictionary definitions of vitality are the state of being strong and active, energy, the power-giving continuance of life present in all living things, energy and strength, or the power or ability to continue in existence, live or grow. And I add another definition to these ones that I've made up that I think explains how I understand longevity, not longevity, vitality. The store of vital life force energy stored and moving in and through the physical and energy bodies of living beings. So vitality is the one thing that, if you get it right, will make sure that you have a vibrantly healthy, happy, connected pet who's going to have a long and comfortable old age. It's important to understand not only what vitality is, but what supports vitality, what strengthens vitality in your animal's body, and what erodes or degrades vitality in your animal's body. Hello to everyone who's out there watching live. Please do say hi in the chat. Love to hear where you're from. If you're watching on the replay, hello to you too. And please do like the page or follow the channel on YouTube. But back to vitality. Your pet starts off with a certain amount of store of vitality in their body from birth. And you could think of this as their vitality battery. The pet's whole being is the battery, and it's also the machine that uses the life force energy and all the processes that make up the biology and life in the animal. So it's a bit like the body is both the battery and the engine when it comes to talking about vitality. Now, if your pet has healthy genetics, their vitality battery will be bigger and stronger. If your pet has poor genetics, then the battery is going to be both smaller and weaker. So we can also think of the metaphor of this battery. If we have a battery in a phone that we use, or maybe an electric car, the capacity of the battery gets a little bit less every time you recharge the battery. Like the actual sort of battery wears out and becomes less efficient over time. This is what happens with your pets as they age. Over the years, your pet's vitality battery recharges less and less until eventually there's just not enough energy left in the vitality battery pack that runs your animal's life to keep their body going, and that's when they pass over. So whenever you get a new animal, whether it be a dog, a cat, or a puppy, especially if you're getting puppies, and especially if you're getting purebred dogs, you want to make sure that you get dogs that have got the healthiest, most robust and dynamic genetics possible. Now, there's a term called coefficient of inbreeding. This should ideally be below 5%, and anything above 10%, you're going to start running into genetic diseases, lack of vitality, a whole lot of problems. Now, if you like pure breeds, that's kind of a problem because only about 5 breeds out of all of the purebred dogs on the planet, the purebred breeds, are under 5% average COI. Under 10%, sorry, and the worst breeds can be 30, 40, or even 70% coefficient of inbreeding. So if you're going to get a new puppy, talk to the breeder about this. So do you calculate coefficients of inbreeding with your dogs, and how many generations back do you calculate for? Because you need to go back at least 20 generations for that value to be accurate and useful. But whatever kind of pet you have and whatever age they are when they move into your life, they will have a certain size of vitality battery. And every single choice you make for your pets, what you do with them, how you treat them, will either increase vitality, charge that battery up, maybe even upgrade the battery and strengthen the battery if you do it properly, be neutral, which won't affect the vitality levels one way or the other, or will damage, destroy, or erode vitality, which is perhaps you could think of that as damaging the battery. And this can reduce the capacity of your animal's vitality battery and make it so they can't recharge it as effectively or quickly. So it's really important. One of the key things if you want to have a really happy, healthy, vital pet is to be doing everything you can to enhance vitality, to maintain that battery so it stays strong and well charged with as much capacity as possible for as long as you can while your pet ages. And you want to, at the same time, be avoiding anything and everything that erodes vitality. Now, I'm going to go through a list of some vitality enhancers. So healthy relaxation. Pets should spend at least 70 to 90% of their time in a state of healthy relaxation. That includes sleep, of course, but if they're not, then you need to make it so that you help them have more rest. A healthy, fresh, whole foods diet is a tremendous vitality enhancer, especially over time. Fresh air, fresh, pure water, unfiltered sunlight. In city environments, it can be a bit hard sometimes. It might take an effort to make sure your pets get these needs met, but they are also amazing vitality enhancers. Superfoods and supplements can be a big help, like antioxidants, like blueberries, superfoods that are dense with high-value nutrients, and supplements and herbs that strengthen and charge the vitality battery, like adaptogens, like ashwagandha is a really good one to add to your pet's diet. That's an overall tonic and adaptogen, so it strengthens the body. Loving touch and social connection. So loving touch from you can be incredibly supportive to build and preserve vitality for your pets. And social connection and play with animals that are okay with that, of course, are also really critically important for supporting vitality and happiness. Adequate, healthy sleep. Sleep is when the deepest regeneration and healing and restoring of the system happens. So you absolutely need to make sure your pets have the time and space and circumstances they need to have healthy sleep. And complementary, alternative, and holistic therapies and medicines. These kind of treatments generally support vitality. They are generally supporting the whole body, strengthening the whole being as they work to heal illness. And then we have vitality destroyers. Stress and anxiety are terrible, terrible things when it comes to causing harm to your animal's well-being and eroding vitality. Now, that means if your animal's in stress or anxiety, the body is running on adrenaline, fight, flight mode. It's the opposite of rest and digest and regenerate. Stress, if there's stress in the household and the humans too, that needs to be dealt with because stress in humans directly causes stress in the animals. Another destroyer of vitality is silent and chronic pain. Pain not only causes stress, it also damages the immune system. It chews up vitality like a wood chipper chews up the branches off a felled tree. And it's important to realize that 53% of pets are living with undiagnosed silent soft tissue pain. Then processed foods are another really awful vitality destroyer. Kibble especially, and tin foods, these foods are slow poison, and they definitely, because they're dead foods, it actually uses up vital energy for your animals to digest them. So if you're having fresh whole foods, it adds to the vitality. Itchiness and allergies. Itches cause a lot of mental, emotional distress and anxiety, and that is not good. Chronic illness of any kind, the longer an illness is chronic and active in your animal's system, the more harm it does to your pet's vitality battery, if we want to think of it that way. Another vitality killer is over-vaccination. So many vets still blindly revaccinate, even though there's really solid replicated scientific evidence that shows that the C3 and F3 vaccines last for at least 5 to 7 years, often longer, as long as they're given past 16 weeks of age. Now, while vaccines give amazing and very strong disease protection, they can and do cause harm. And you never want to give an unnecessary revaccination. So always teeter test your animals first to see if they actually need to be revaccinated. Trauma, injuries, surgeries, illnesses, big things happening in the family, every trauma of any kind will damage that vitality battery. And the more severe the event, the worse and more lasting the damage will be. Toxic chemicals, if you're, tick flea, antiparasitic treatments, long-term regular use of these kinds of toxic chemicals, which in some places are necessary if you live in a paralysis tick area. The paralysis ticks are deadly, but you've still got to be aware that these chemicals and toxins are going to be having an effect of damaging the vitality in your animal. And allopathic medicines and interventions. Now, allopathic medicine, Western medicine, is often necessary, but it often degrades vitality even when it's curing the disease. If you give antibiotics for a bacterial infection, then there will be some collateral damage to the microbiome in the gut, which will reduce vitality overall in the animal. And pain relief with non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like meloxicam absolutely reduces pain levels, but it may damage the liver, kidneys, and gut over time, all of which erode that vitality and damage the vitality battery. So the secret to optimizing your pet's vitality is really kind of simple. You just want to do everything you can to build vitality and avoid everything that erodes vitality as much as possible. And if you do need to have allopathic interventions that cure a serious problem but cause a vitality hit, or your pet experiences physical or non-physical trauma, or you have big stressful events that affect your family unit, then you need to do everything you can to rebuild your pet's vitality as much as possible after these events. And doing all this can make an incredible difference. Help your pets be a whole lot happier, more energized, more vital, and live a much longer, happy, active life. So that's all about vitality. It's a really important thing. All of these things apply just as much to you as to your dogs, by the way. But the more you can be aware of the importance of vitality in your animal's body and well-being, and the more you can take steps to avoid anything that causes harm to the vitality and do as much as you can of everything that builds vitality for your beautiful pets, the better. And we have a new program that is we're just starting with the Healing Vet, which is called Holistic Pet Health and Vitality Mastery. If you're interested in that, please drop me a message. Email me at dredward, DREDWARD, @thehealingvet.com, and we'll help you get on board with that. That's 16 sessions where we go through all the different facets of how you can keep your pets happy, healthy, vibrantly well, and joyful with complementary, alternative, and holistic approaches. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to say goodbye for now. You have a beautiful weekend with your pets. I'll see you back next time I'm doing a live video. Thank you.